you declare your citizenship? Are you okay, sir? You have some kind of medical emergency going on? You look pale, sir. Are you going to speak to us?
We have to establish immigration, man. So let us know if there's any issue or anything, if we can assist you in any form.
I wasn't at the border, okay? Let me make that very clear. And somebody said they were unsubscribing. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. I am a United States citizen. I wasn't at a border. I was 80 miles from the border, and I know the law.
How are you doing, sir? Supervisor Guetta, you're in an immigration checkpoint, sir. So your job here is to respond whether you are a United States citizen.
My job is to respond. My job is not to respond, Supervisor Guerra. My job is to exercise my rights, which is what I was doing peacefully, not at a border, in the state of Texas, where the Constitution still applies.
Long Island Audit is going to show you an insane video he took while being questioned by CBP, the tactics they put forth, and best practices going forward.
Are you a United States citizen, sir? If you do not answer the question, you will be detained, you'll be placed in arrest and taken inside for you either can speak to us or we will take you inside. You have two options. I'm going to tell you again, or we're going to place you under arrest. Are you a United States citizen, sir?
Step out of the vehicle, man. No weapons, no nothing. Step up. Put your hands right here.
So at this time, you saw the Supervisor Guerra open up my door. Another Border Patrol Gestapo agent, a tyrant, violently grabbed me, unbuckled my seatbelt, violently grabbed me, and yanked me out of the vehicle where I almost fell down. I'm in a rental vehicle with no dash camera. He throws my camera onto the dash. Then he violently rips me out of the vehicle and begins to search me.
What happens next is also very, very, very questionable.
And right there is where the Border Patrol officers turned off my camera. And it gets worse. So I'm just going to explain it to you because obviously I don't have any body camera footage. They all had body cameras on, but none of them were activated. I asked them, why aren't your body cameras on? They said that they don't need to be on. They told me that I needed to provide my fingerprints. They wanted me to put my fingerprints onto a scanner so they can identify me. I refused. I was then told, if you do not put your fingers, give us your fingerprints, we're going to grab you and violently force you to give us your fingerprints. I said, no, I'm not going to give you my fingerprints. They told me, well, I guess we're going to be fighting then. I said, I'm not fighting anybody, but I am not willingly giving you my fingerprints. They said, all right, well, we'll put you in the cell. They didn't like that I was exercising my constitutional rights. I told them I don't consent to any searches or seizures, and they laughed in my face. They laughed at me.
They demanded he surrender his rights, and when he refused, they placed him in a jail cell.
Well, I did invoke my right to remain silent, but the other thing is that they take me out of the cell, and they say, you need to identify yourself, or we're going to arrest you for failure to ID. I said, you got to do what you got to do. They were like, I don't know why you're being so difficult. They put me back in the cell. They take me out of the cell. They keep putting me back. Every time that I would deny, I would exercise my rights, they would put me back in the cell. They said, they are laughing. They're laughing. They said, we don't care. This is not your kid. We're doing our jobs. They said, this is a new administration. We can do whatever we want now. That's what they told me. Now let me show you another picture. So I leave, and this is what happened.
Look at these guys. I'm gonna make sure I got everybody's face here. There goes the coward right there. Coward.
They searched my backpack. They searched the entire vehicle. They searched my backpack. They searched my suitcase, which was in the trunk. This is a picture I took of my suitcase when I got back to my hotel. This is the phone that I was recording with. This is just a burner phone that I record with. I open up my phone and there is no video. I go to the gallery, I'm talking to my attorneys, I'm trying to figure out what happened. I'm like, all right, let me look at the video, see when did it cut off? You know, this video right here. The original video.
No, nothing.
This one right here. I go, and they deleted it. They deleted it from my phone. But these idiots, these tyrants, these ignorant tyrants who know nothing, they deleted the video from my phone. But you can't, I don't know if they know this or they don't know this, but you know, when you go into here to collections and then you go to recently deleted and you have to delete it from the recently deleted and use Face ID in order to permanently delete it from the phone. They couldn't do that, obviously. So I found it in my recently deleted. That is a federal crime, ladies and gentlemen.
This should not happen to anyone, and yet it did. Before we get into it, please head over to Long Island Audit's YouTube channel and support his independent work. It can be found at the following URL, youtube.com/@Long Island Audit. He also has a GoFundMe for legal support. In part, it reads, all proceeds will help fund any legal expenses I incur regarding unlawful arrests and federal lawsuits for violations of my constitutional rights. Your donations will also keep me on the road, traveling across this great country, fighting for our rights, transparency, and accountability from our government. In addition, you can hit the follow button on Facebook for more content, his Twitter under the same handle, Long Island Audit, and TikTok, once again, at Long Island Audit. What this sort of behavior that we saw on full display, it reminds me of this piece from Al Jazeera Plus, because what it really shows is the conduct and mindset of which many of these CBP agents act on and possess.
I felt like a Nazi. Border Patrol agents, they hunt human beings, and that's just the fact.
This is Jen Budd, a former senior Border Patrol agent. For years, she was stationed in this mountainous region along the U.S.-Mexico border, capturing migrants who had just crossed.
You don't see anybody for miles. It's very easy to be corrupt.
Now, she's an immigrant rights activist and one of the agency's most vocal critics. She's speaking out against what she says is a toxic and violent culture within Border Patrol.
It's so steeped in racism and white supremacy and rape culture and brutality.
After witnessing how Border Patrol apprehends migrants firsthand, I wanted to learn more about the agency from someone who used to be on the inside.
Because of my white face and my blonde hair and my blue eyes, and because of the uniform, I could tell them, shut up. I need to stand up and I need to be on the right side of history.
One thing I will say is noticing the trends of people who are released, even if they are brutalized, which is horrible, even if they are accosted, which is horrible, even if their rights are being violated, which is horrible. One thing that I notice, the trend, is they don't surrender their own rights that they need to protect. And that is exactly what Long Island Audits did, and it's what many others have as well. Even though they think you have none, you still have rights. Record them, document. And I must say, one thing that needs to be crystal freaking clear is there is a way, if you have an iPhone, I know this personally, is to go into your control center and turn on one function. First off, you need to get rid of Face ID, but turn off a function where if an ICE agent takes a hold of your phone while you're recording, you know how you could go from the right-hand corner, even if it's locked, and put it on airplane? They're doing that right now, so you can't be tracked. This is just one precaution of many that everyone needs to read up on. You need to follow these people like Long Island Audit who practice civil rights, but also if you are going to a protest, if you are documenting, if you are a legal observer, you must do everything in your power to not only protect your rights, but also protect yourself and your personal property. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.